but typically, you're always gonna add or subtract first, okay? And then usually multiply or divide, okay? That's typically. So if we look at this first one, it says to solve for what? Solve for A. Okay, so anything that is on A side of this equal sign, we need to move, which is C. And how do I move that C? Divide. We're gonna divide by C. Divide by C and divide by C. Okay, if I do it to one side, I gotta do it to the other side. And so these C's cancel each other out. And on this side, I got G over C, or you could say G divided by C, that totally works too, equals A. Okay, so either one of those is totally sufficient, boys. Shush. Okay, number 3, it says again, solve for A. Okay, so we need to move what? M. Okay, so it says minus M, so we're going to say plus M plus M. Okay, so I have Z plus M equals A. Okay, number 5 says solve for what? X. Okay, so we need to move stuff away from the X. And what are we going to move? Dee, get off your phone. Okay, so we're going to say minus C, minus C. So I got G minus C equals X. Oh. You look like you're zoned out.
Yeah.
Okay, 7. We need to solve for X. So what needs moved? The K. Okay, so right now the K and the X are like touching each other, which means times. So we're going to divide by K. Divide by K. Okay, so we have U divided by K equals X. Okay, or you can use the good old-fashioned division symbol. Okay, now, for the remaining, you can kind of pick what you want to move. Okay, so you can move the X over here and then move the G over here, or you can just start moving the stuff away from the X, whatever works for you. Okay, so I would, me personally, move stuff away from the X, but it doesn't really matter. Okay, so what do you guys want to move? What needs moved? The Y needs moved. So how do I move a plus Y? Minus Y. Minus Y. What else needs moved? Not the G. The C. So we're going to say minus C, and you could also say minus C. Okay, now, you can do these in multi-step, but really, so on this side, I got G minus C minus Y equals negative X. Okay, but we're not allowed to have a negative X. So what needs to happen? Anybody remember, what do we do with that negative?
We divided by 1?
Negative by negative 1. Okay, and really all that does is take every sign up here and change it. So the G is now going to be a negative G. The C was a negative, so now what should it be?
Positive.
A positive. The Y was a negative, so now it's going to become a positive, and we just have X. Okay, and the ones with the negative X are kind of a little bit more. Okay, 11. What are we solving for?
A.
A. Okay, what needs moved? C and
B.
B. Okay, now, which one do we move first? It is not the C. So these ones are the hard ones to tell. Okay, you're always going to add or subtract and then multiply or divide. Okay, so the B, you would subtract it. Okay, whereas the C, you have to divide because they're like right next to each other. So you're always going to add or subtract, then multiply or divide. So your first step is going to be minus B minus B. So you're going to have G minus B equals CA, or C times A. And then our last step is going to be to divide by C. Okay, so we got A is gonna equal G minus B divided by C. Okay, and what this really looks like is if you had 4 equals 2 plus 3x, you would subtract the 2 first and then divide by the 3. Okay, it's still the same like process, so to speak. Can I scroll? Okay, 13. We're solving for what?
Or solve for x.
We're solving for x. So what needs moved?
Y.
The y and what else?
Okay.
The k. Okay, which one's gonna get moved first? The y or the k?
The y.
The y. Okay, so it's always gonna be that single one. So we're gonna say minus y, minus y. So you get u minus y equals negative kx. Okay, then what needs done? Okay, we definitely need to move the k, but how do we move that? They're right next to each other, so that means,
Divide.
yep, so that means time, so we're gonna need to divide. So we're gonna divide by negative k. Okay, so my answer is really gonna be u minus y divided by negative k equals x. Okay, 15, we're solving for what?
X.
X, what is on x's side that needs to be moved?
Is it D?
It's not D, so if we see like the equal sign, it kind of separates it into 2 pieces, that's the x
yeah.
side. Okay, so what needs moved?
C.
C. Okay, how do I move a plus C?
You subtract it.
Minus C, minus C. So I got x equals D plus R minus C. Good morning. Okay, 17, what are we solving for?
So X.
We're solving for x. Okay, what is on x's side that needs to be moved? Okay, again, split this up. So x is on this side, so everything needs to be moved away from him. So who needs moved?
K, Y.
K and y. Okay, how do I move a plus k?
Subtract it.
Minus k. How do I move a minus y?
Plus Y.
Plus y, plus y. Okay, that way these guys cancel each other out. Okay, and this, even though it's up and down, you just write it all sideways. Okay, nothing's changing over here. So we got u minus k plus y equals x. Okay, 19. What am I solving for? A. Okay. And again, you can kind of split this into 2 pieces. Okay, this is A side. What needs to be moved away from A?
The C and the B.
The C and the B. How do I move a minus C?
Add it.
Plus C, plus C. How do I move a minus B?
You add it.
Plus B, plus B. Okay, so I'm gonna have G plus C plus B equals A. Okay, 21, again, this splits right down the equal sign, okay? We're solving for A. What needs moved?
The K and the B.
The K and the B. How do I move a minus K?
You add it.
Plus K, good. Plus K. How do I move a plus B?
Minus B.
Minus B, minus B. Okay, so that way these ones cancel. So I got U plus K minus B equals A. Okay, 23, I'm solving for what? A, okay, and it's the same thing, we're gonna split this down here, so what needs moved? The K and the B, how do I move a plus K? Minus K, minus K, how do I move a plus B?
Minus B.
Minus B, minus B. Turn that on. I got U minus K minus B equals A. Okay, let me look at your guys' real quick. Cross off number 6, please.
Is it also cross out what?
Number 6. And number 24. Okay, the rest of the sheet is for you guys. You got 10 to do.